Hey, good morning. Uh, about 20 years, oh, by the way, people in Rhode Island don't drive cars. They drive cars. So here's my car story from, I don't know, 1990. Back around that age, I was 30 years old. And man, the car or the car of my dreams was a Porsche 911. And all I could think about was buying a Porsche 911. I wanted a white one with a whale tail on the back, um, which is a spoiler kind of thing. That was my thing, man. I was like, that was my big out there goal. And everywhere I would go, I would see Porsche 911s because my mind was kind of focusing on that. And I was creating a story like, okay, I need to have this Porsche 911, which is a totally impractical car. I can't even get two people in the back seat. Um, you couldn't put anything in the trunk. You couldn't drive in the snow. Totally impractical. But the story I was creating was that, I'm going to have status. I'm going to look like a doctor. I'm going to be cool. My peers and colleagues are going to say, wow, man, that dude is like 100% on target. I don't know what my story was, but I was creating the story. And, I'm a great one for creating stories in my life. And I think that's the human condition, too. So anyway, I bought this thing, and I couldn't afford it because you can only afford a car like that if you can pay cash for it. I realized afterwards. So if you're like financing something, a dopey purchase like that, you can't afford it. Well, okay, I bought it. So guess how long I owned the car of my dreams, the Porsche 911? 6 months. Um, I realized that my story to myself was complete BS. Um, had nothing to do. It was all about some dreamt up story that I was telling myself. My self talk was like, I'm going to be respected, or I'm going to be cool, or I'm going to show off to my friends or my enemies, or whatever the heck it was. But I realized in 6 months what a dopey purchase financially, obviously. And my story was wrong. And this is a true story. Guess what I traded that Porsche 911 in for? A Plymouth Voyager minivan. And by the way, this is also a true story. When I picked up that minivan, I nearly rolled it over because I unfortunately was kind of thinking I was still in my Porsche, and I went around an exit ramp and I nearly rolled that thing over and killed myself in it. So I didn't almost kill myself in the Porsche. I almost killed myself in the Plymouth minivan. So what does this have to do with self-talk? Because telling stories to yourself is a pretty common human condition, and that was just my example. And I thought of that example because I just watched this really cool movie, Ford versus Ferrari, which I highly recommend. It was a fun, even if you're not a car person, it was a super awesome, Matt Damon movie. And Christian Bale, who, wow, what all kinds of different roles that guy has played. So anyway, so that's Porsche versus Plymouth Voyager minivan or Ford v Ferrari. Anyway, but I was reminded of self-talk and that. And tonight on the pain doctors, the ouch doctors, we're going to be, Dr. Steve especially is going to be delving in deep into self-talk, what we tell ourselves, the stories we tell ourselves that can help, but a lot of times hinder our pathway of getting ourselves out of pain using mind body method. So, looking forward to that. Join us at 4 o'clock live on Facebook Live, live on YouTube Live, and talk to you later. Bye.